Imagine this, a night at Yankee Stadium where the Yankees spend the first 6 innings trailing by just 1 run. The Seattle Mariners believe they are on their way to a huge victory in New York. And then in the 7th inning, just 1 inning, the entire game changes. One moment, the Yankees are under pressure. And just a few minutes later, they are leading 4-1. But the real question is, what exactly happened in the 7th inning that completely destroyed Seattle's game plan? On August 11th, 2026, the Seattle Mariners and New York Yankees faced each other at Yankee Stadium. For both teams, this was much more than just another regular season game. The Yankees were fighting to strengthen their playoff position, and the Mariners were a team struggling to find consistency in recent games. So when the first pitch was thrown, the pressure was already there in both dugouts. Ryan Weathers took the mound for the Yankees. Brian Wu started for Seattle. And from the beginning, one thing became clear. This was going to be a night dominated more by pitching than hitting. The first inning, no runs. The second inning, still no runs. The third inning, the scoreboard remained silent. Against the Yankees' powerful lineup, Brian Wu continued to keep the pressure under control. And on the Seattle side, Ryan Weathers refused to let Yankees hitters get comfortable. With every inning, the game became tighter. The fans knew that one small mistake could completely change everything. Then came the 6th inning, and this was where Seattle finally moved the scoreboard. Randy Arozarena made contact. The ball was hit, and Seattle finally scored the first run of the game. Mariners 1, Yankees 0. Suddenly, the pressure inside Yankee Stadium increased. The Yankees had the home field advantage, but Seattle was leading on the scoreboard. And the most dangerous part? The Yankees' offense had produced nothing but zeros. The Mariners believed they had momentum. Brian Wu carried his team into the 7th inning with the lead. And if Seattle could control the game from there, it could have become a frustrating night for New York. But in baseball, one of the biggest mistakes is assuming a game is over too early. The 7th inning began. The Yankees came to the plate. And then, an opportunity appeared. Bases loaded. The Yankees hitters had a chance to change the entire game with one swing. Seattle's defense was under pressure. The pitcher was under pressure. And the Yankee Stadium crowd wanted just one thing: a big hit. Then Ryan McMahon stepped into the batter's box. The pitch came in. McMahon made contact, and the ball went into the field. A 2-run single. The Yankees had completely turned the game around in one moment. Seattle 1, New York 2. The team that had been trailing 1-0 just seconds earlier was now leading 2-1. But the Yankees weren't finished. The momentum was now completely on New York's side. Then Trent Grisham stepped up. The pressure on Seattle increased even more. The Yankees had runners in scoring position. One more clutch hit, and the game could almost completely slip away from Seattle. The pitch came. Grisham swung. And then, another 2-run single. The Yankees added 2 more runs. Suddenly, the scoreboard showed New York Yankees 4, Seattle Mariners 1. Just 1 inning. Just a few clutch at-bats. And the entire game had been transformed. Yankee Stadium erupted. Mariners players realized that their early advantage had disappeared. But the story wasn't over yet. Seattle still had a chance to come back in the final innings. The Yankees pitching, however, refused to give them that opportunity. Ryan Weathers delivered a strong performance through 5+ innings. He allowed just 1 run. And when he left the mound, the Yankees bullpen took over the pressure. Tim Hill came in. Then Brent Hedrick. And in the closing situation, David Bednar. Seattle needed runs, but the Yankees gave them almost no room to breathe. The Mariners' bats became completely silent. By the end of the game, Seattle had just 3 hits, only 3, and the Yankees secured a 4-1 victory. But the most interesting part of this game wasn't just the final score. It was the Yankees' ability to come back under pressure. New York recorded its 30th comeback victory of the season. And that statistic shows just how dangerous the Yankees can be in pressure situations. You can control them early in the game, but when the late innings arrive, the Yankees lineup can change the entire game in a single inning. And for the Mariners, the problem wasn't just this loss. It became another chapter in their recent struggles. This was Seattle's 5th consecutive loss, and their 14th defeat in their last 19 games. That's why this loss against the Yankees was even more painful for Seattle. They had started the game well. They had taken the lead. Their pitcher had controlled the Yankees for several innings. But in the 7th inning, everything changed. And that's often how baseball works. You can follow the perfect game plan for 6 innings, but one inning, one mistake, and one clutch hit can destroy your entire strategy. For the Yankees, Ryan McMahon's hit was the turning point. Then Trent Grisham's hit became the finishing blow. And after that, the Yankees pitchers closed the door. Seattle had a chance to come back, but New York completely shut it down. For Yankees fans, this victory was important, because New York didn't just win another game. They added another comeback victory to their season. And the win also had an impact on the standings. The Yankees extended their lead over the Boston Red Sox to 3 games in the AL wild card race. That means every win and every loss becomes even more important as August moves forward. The season is entering its final stretch. And in a tight playoff race, 1 or 2 games can make a huge difference. For Seattle, the picture is completely different. The Mariners need to stop their losing streak. Their offense needs to improve. And most importantly, they need to learn how to finish games in the late innings. Because against the Yankees, they had an opportunity. They scored the first run. But when New York applied the pressure, Seattle had no answer. And now the questions begin. Can the Yankees carry this momentum into their next games? Can players like Ryan McMahon and Trent Grisham create more clutch moments in the late innings? And can Seattle finally break its 5-game losing streak? One thing is clear. Underestimating the Yankees is dangerous. You can hold them for 6 innings. You can even build a lead against them. But once the game reaches the 7th inning, the pressure from New York can reach a completely different level. And that's exactly what happened on August 11th. The Seattle Mariners took the early lead. The Yankees waited. Then, in the 7th inning, New York exploded. Ryan McMahon, Trent Grisham, 2 clutch 2-run singles. And the scoreboard, Yankees 4, Mariners 1. After that, Yankees pitching limited Seattle to just 3 hits. And with the final out, Yankee Stadium turned into a celebration. Heartbreak for Seattle. A comeback for New York. And another reminder for MLB fans, the game is never over. Sometimes, all you need is 1 inning, 1 opportunity, 1 big hit, and a team that refuses to panic under pressure. The Yankees did exactly that. The Mariners couldn't. Final score: Seattle Mariners 1, New York Yankees 4. And if the Yankees continue producing comebacks like this in the late innings, stopping them in the AL playoff race won't be easy for any opponent. But the baseball season isn't over yet. Seattle still has time to respond, because the next game could tell a completely different story. And maybe next time, the Mariners will be the team making the 7th inning comeback. But on August 11th, the Yankees proved once again, when the game gets tight and the pressure rises, you can never count New York out.